traffic just terrible right now. Stacked up.
What's up, guys? Gonna do another project on this Mustang, and that's changing the plugs and the coils. It's fast approaching 100,000 miles on it, and I don't know if the plugs have ever been changed in or the coils, so I decided to tackle that project tonight, and then of course I'm going to share it with you guys. And some of the tools you're going to need are a ratchet with a spark plug socket, and you're going to need your gap tool. You're going to need some dielectric grease for the coils, and some anti-seize lubricant for the spark plugs, 7mm socket to get the coils off, and of course glasses if you're blind like me, and of course your plugs. Okay, the first thing I got to do is take off that air intake hose. This is the hardest part of the engine over here to get to the plug, so I'm going to work on it first, get the hardest part over with. So I'm going to take this air intake hose off right now. That back out of the way. Okay, got that out of the way. Yeah, this side of the engine is definitely the hardest side of the engine to change the plug, so there isn't another hose that I have to undo and get it up out of the way. So I'm just going to pull it off of the throttle body and then just turn it. That's right over here, right here. Slip it off, get on around. Hold it right there, and that will give me access to the screw down there on the coil. Now on these coils, they have a 7mm bolt on the top that you have to undo, and I'm going to use this driver with the 7mm socket on the end to get them out. Like that, and I'm going to put them in a bowl that I have over here. Disconnect my electrical connection. Loose. That coil's out of there. Disconnect the electrical connection on the other one first. This is going to be a pretty hard one to get out. Second coil out. Let's see. I might have some difficulty getting this one out because I got a fuel line going right over the top of it. I got it though. It's the third one. Okay, I got all the coils out on this side. Now we'll start working on the plugs. Okay, now that is the where the plug is located, down inside that hole, and you can see that they're quite deep, so it's easy to catch dirt and stuff down in there. So I'm going to take some compressed air and blow them out, and then I'll work on getting those plugs out of there. Okay, what I got here is a 5/8 spark plug socket, and I put a real long extension on my ratchet. That way I don't have to be down there close busting my knuckles up against stuff. Yeah, they're pretty burnt up. Also, this is a swivel spark plug socket, which makes it a little bit easier to get it down in there and on the spark plug. That's the second one. Also, this socket is magnetic. It doesn't have the rubber thing in there that grabs the spark plug, and that's I think is a lot better. Okay, got all the spark plugs out on that side. Okay, the next thing we got to do is we got to check the gap using the gap tool. And on this 2004 Mustang, the gap is 0.052 to 0.056. So we're going to check the gaps. These plugs usually come pre-gapped, but you want to make sure that the gap is correct. That one's good. Good. That one's good. And that one's good. So they're all good. So now I'm going to put some of this anti-seize lubricant on them. Coming right out of there. Wipe my hand off the rag, and then I'm gonna stick those plugs back in there. Okay, there is a torque on these. You're supposed to use a torque wrench. Some mechanics do, some don't. I'm not going to torque it. I'm just going to snug them up. You don't have to put them in real tight. You can just do it. Just tighten them up just a little bit. Not too tight. About like that. Do it with one hand, really. Just strengthen one hand will do it, and then that way it won't be too tight. It's not going to go anywhere. One hand. Okay, all the plugs are in. Now for the ignition coils. It says Excel Super Coil. Up to 15% more energy, better throttle response, maximum fuel mileage. So it's supposed to help you get a little bit more power, better fuel mileage. We'll see. These things were very expensive. You can get cheaper ones too, but I decided to get these more expensive ones, and we'll see how they perform. I got to get these prepared. I got to use this dielectric grease on the ends right here where the spring's at. Squeeze out a little on my finger here. Put it right in the end. Just like that. That's all you got to do. Doesn't need much. Just a little bit. Prepare for them. Okay, now those are all prepped, let's stick them in there. We'll work on that now. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put these new ignition coils in. Keep in mind too that this screw that goes in is going into plastic, so you don't want to tighten it up too tight. Strip the threads out. Okay, that one's installed. Okay. This side is pretty much done. I just gotta reconnect the hoses, and then we can move to the easy side. Okay, this is the easy side on the driver's side, because you don't have all those hoses in the way like you do on the other side. Now, something I didn't discuss. Some guys, when they change the plugs in these, remove this fuel rail here, and you don't need to do that, which I showed you that wasn't necessary even on the hard side. You can get those ignition coils and plugs out without removing that, and I don't see why guys want to do that and risk a fuel leak. So I think it's a little bit more difficult to get to them this way, but it's definitely worth not causing problems with the fuel leak or anything. So I'm going to start taking these coils out.
Okay, I got the anti-seizing grease on the threads on the new spark plugs, and now I'm going to put them in. They're all installed. Now the moment of truth to see if the car will start. Okay, I got it started and it seemed to be running fine, so probably tomorrow I'll mount the camera inside the car and take a drive, and we'll see how she does. Good morning, guys. As you know, we just put in ignition coils and plugs in this Mustang, and so now I'm going to take it out on a test drive. It's a nice, beautiful, cool early morning, and there shouldn't be too much traffic, and we're gonna go out and hit the country and see if we can't open this thing up, see what it does. Sunrise. Beautiful sunrise. Alright. Here we go. Well, that was fun. I can definitely tell that the changing the ignition coils and the plugs made a big difference now in its response, and it seemed to get up and go a lot quicker than it did before, and just hope that hopefully it'll improve the also the gas mileage. So and we'll see about that in the future. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that you that I was able to help you learn something if you need to do a project like this, and we'll see you in the next video.